Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon for some people that are on the East Coast, or gosh, it might be even tomorrow if you're in Australia or New Zealand or China. I don't know, wherever you might be. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes for a few people to pop on here before we get started. Oh, here we go. We got a few people. Make sure that you put your name and where you're from, and so that I can do a shout out to you. You might notice while I'm just sitting here waiting for people to come on that I am in a sunny place. I got my sunglasses on. I'm behind here, but it's kind of bright. I'm actually down in my house in Arizona. So, and anybody can kind of see here. Let's see. You can see. Yeah, you can see there. We got Sassy. We got Swanee. Anyway, it's a good place to just chill. So I came down here to kind of chill out and get my revised, get rejuvenated. So hopefully I can see people when they do a shout out, because sometimes it's hard to read. So if I would apologize if I miss you. So first things are, I am Patricia Love, and I am the RahRah Real Estate Agent. I have a website called rahrahrealestate.love. And love to have you go over and check it out, because we do complimentary concierge real estate services. And what does that mean? I've expanded my business, and what that means is we match buyers and sellers' wants and needs to top real estate agents anywhere in the nationwide, around the world, and provide education, strategies, and priceless tools throughout the move at no cost to you guys. So I'm hoping that you guys jump over there and check it out. Hey, Bert, nice to see you. Let's see. Yes, nice to see you, Bert. Glad you're here. And I'm down here in sunny, let's see, Arizona. So it's bright. I can't see. So as usual, and I have to have some notes here, I started last week, everybody, a new segment. And the new segment is Fur Baby Fridays, giving a shout out to everybody's fur babies. And I actually got some emails last week, and during the week I have 3, and I want to make sure I shout them out, because fur babies are part of our lives too, right? They give us love, they give us energy, they give us hope. I know my fur babies did that. So I want to make sure I don't mess up. So I got my little notes here to make sure that I got the names right and correct. So hello, my friend. How are you? I feel like I'm almost in Miami, right? Where Bert Oliva is, because it's sunny. So anyway, first off, to the first fur baby shout out, it is Kendall. She's a tabby. She's 11 years of age. Owned by Carol Morris from San Bernardino, and Kendall apparently has some kidney issues, so we want to give a shout out to her to make sure she gets better and feels better, and just send lots of love. The other one we have a couple more here. Sage, age 3. That apparently, according to the owner, she's a mutt. And this is from, she was apparently bitten by a dog. And the Michelle Louveau is from Quebec City, Canada. I love that. Thank you for sending that in. And I hope, Sage, you get better, because if you were bitten by a dog, not so good. Thank you for putting that up. The third one we want to make sure we don't forget is Jackson. Jackson, guess what? Jackson is 18 years of age. He's a gray, I guess it must be like a gray tabby, owned by Claire Barrett, from Tampa, Florida. And apparently she just wants love to be sent to Jackson, because he's 18, but apparently he's given her lots of love and energy and really helped her together through all kinds of crazy things that have been going on. So anyway, shout out to Sage, Kendall, Sage, and Jackson. These are 3 kitties, and I want to make sure everybody knows that it's not just about kitties, it's about your fur babies. So please send out your fur babies' names to Patricia at rahrahrealestate.love, so that we can see your fur babies and send good energy to them. So that's what we want. So another thing I want to make sure I do start off is, I want to always kind of give a quote of, right at the beginning, and then we can talk about certain things shortly. And that quote really is today is, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And I decided to do this today because being down here in Arizona for this last several days, it really is, I've been able to nourish myself. And not everybody, of course, has the opportunity to have a second home and the such to nourish. But I'm going to encourage all of you to take that brief, fresh walk in the morning by yourself so that you're with and one within yourself, and you really begin to start being aware of who you are, and what your needs are, and what your wants are, and what your worth is, and people. And if sometimes it's only a 5-minute walk, but you know what? That 5-minute walk, not everybody can do what I do, but it's important, to do this. And I'm able to get away because my business now, as I've expanded my business, I can do my business anywhere in the world, which is what I love to do. But it also gives me time to really rejuvenate everything I have. So that kind of brings me into what I wanted to talk about today. And that basically is self-worth versus net worth. It's a really interesting topic, so I'm loving it if anybody jumps in on this, because, self-worth, everybody has some low self-esteem. I mean, let's believe it. Everybody has it. Everybody has some issues with themselves, whether it be body or mental or whatever it might be. We all struggle with it. Every one of you. I don't care if you think you don't, you do. We all have it. But does that hurt us in our net worth? And net worth, of course, is, as far as I look at it, is it's the cars you own, it's the money you have in the bank, it's who you think is, some people are just kind of keep up with the Joneses, but they're buying, and that might be net worth. But if you don't have self-worth in that net worth, trust me, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be happy. Now I'm going to explain that, because my net worth I had a lot of net worth. A lot of net worth. We don't need to go how much it was, but it was considerable, and I probably should have retired. But the problem is my self-worth was not there. My self-worth could make money, and then I would sabotage myself on a pretty regular basis. But I had the yachts, I had the champagnes, I had the houses, like multi-houses. I had many things that everybody would have said that I had huge net worth and that I had to be happy. I wasn't happy. I was happy for moments in time. I was happy, but never was I happy enough to be able to carry through that net worth continually, because my self-worth was in the tubes. So things happened, and I lost just about everything. Of course, what happens then is your self-worth was low, but it went to even lower. So I'm not saying that that net worth is so important that you have to be rich. You can be rich in your own value. You can be rich in your own worth. It definitely, though, plays a huge part in continuing to grow your net worth, because if this is what you choose to do, you really need to take the time, become aware of who you are, what you are, and what your issues are. What your issues are in your self-worth. My self-worth goes back to when I was a child, when my father was unemotional. I was also raped in my 20s. I allowed men to just kind of take over me. And my self-worth was, between that and domestic violence, was just about that big. But I was managing to make money, but I would then sabotage myself, which is what I find that so many people do. They sabotage themselves. And so they wonder why they don't have any money. They wonder why they can't get that next car, or they wonder why they just can't pay the rent. Because the self-worth, you get so low that you believe you can't do anything. You believe that you're not good enough. You don't have the worth. And this 15 minutes that I talked to you guys, regarding this isn't going to change your lives. What I try to do in this is I want to create awareness for you, to start looking at yourself, what maybe your issues are. My issues was I was feeling no worth, and it still creeps up. And I'll tell you why. When I was down here this week, or I'm still here, it crept in, because I'm expanding my business, right? I'm expanding it. And one night I got a little depressed. I got, what am I thinking? I can't do this. This is a complimentary service to buyers and sellers. Why can't people understand this? And I felt, am I not good enough? Well, being aware of it now, I was able to turn that around and say, you believe in yourself, Patricia, because what you are doing is something awesome, and you love helping others. You love building. Oops, I got a phone call. Sorry. And you love to help others. And And that's what you're doing. You're helping buyers and sellers with complimentary tools and all that kind of stuff. But I went through the self-worth thing for about 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. What am I thinking? Blah, blah, blah. I got over it. That's awareness. That's how you step back in to growing your business. That's how you step back into saying, I can do this, because you know you're in the right. You know you believe in yourself. So this 15 minutes that I talk to you, I want you to be aware of what is maybe hurting you. Acknowledge what is hurting you that can't get you to that next step, that can't maybe get you that bill paid, or you're struggling to just, get that you get your checks and then you have nothing at the end. You need that self-worth to help you get to that net worth. And that doesn't mean you have to have millions of dollars. That means you need to be happy to where you are and comfortable. I was making some notes here. And I would actually love to talk to like Ellen DeGeneres and Warren Buffett and Richard Branson. Why? Because they're givers. And I know that they're worth millions. But I believe, and I'd like to talk to them about this, that they have self-worth. They may have a little bit of ego. That's fine. But they've also failed. They also have taken and been aware of themselves. They acknowledge themselves. And I believe that there are some people that I know I look up to because they have created self-worth within themselves. And it shows. It shows. But again, I also know that they probably have moments in time, because money does not always make you happy. But your self-worth can make you happy, and then that expands. So if Warren, Richard, or Ellen, if you're out there, I'd love to talk to you about that and how that has helped you get to that net worth and how you feel about it. So I don't want to dwell on this too much. I wanted to create awareness in everybody. I wanted to create the acknowledgement in everybody that you've got to find your self-worth. You've got to realize and acknowledge and be aware of it. Find some time, 5 minutes, or take a trip to be on your own, to really see who you are, see where you're struggling. Because it's okay to struggle. We all struggle, and I can't emphasize that enough. Every single week, we all struggle with it. I don't care who you are. We're all struggling when we're by ourselves. We show a really good front sometime in front of everybody, but when we're by ourselves, self-worth sets in. And the more you become aware of it and acknowledge it, the quicker you can snap out of it. The quicker you can turn a song on and get yourself out of it. The quicker you can do things in 30 to 45 seconds that you can get yourself out of that. And that's being acknowledging it and being aware of it. So, I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. This is what I wanted to talk about today. And I want to make sure that everybody goes out and takes some time for themselves. Find your own self-worth, because you all have it. Because you're all fabulous. You just need to figure it out and feel good about it. Okay? And remember, we have that segment, Fur Baby Fridays. And I want to make sure you guys send in your email to me at patricia@rahrahrealestate.love to let me know if you got a fur baby that's maybe hurting, fur baby that needs a little extra love. I will do a shout out. Thanks, Bert. Thanks for everybody for jumping on here. I know a lot of people see this afterwards, and I really appreciate it. So please feel free. Please go over to RahRahRealestate.love. Give me some love. Check out my complimentary services in real estate to buyers and sellers. And also share this. If you find this is helpful, share this with others. Like it, comment. We need to help others out there, correct? And then the last thing I want you to do is I want you to go out and make somebody smile. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the thumbs up, all the hot things. Love it all. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Bert. Talk to you soon. Bye now.